What's up? What's up? Hey. I was supposed to do this video last week. I told Jenny and somebody else, I can't remember who it was, wanted to know about this restructured water. And I'm not an expert on it by any means. But I'm going to tell you just what I know and what I think. A couple of things that I think. You know, I always got something that I think. I love to think. Anyway. There's a couple different methods. The one I'm about to show you is one where you pour it over marbles. It's simple as pie. You got a little funnel here. You got marbles. Use a heavy coffee cup to keep your shit in, because when you spill this, it's a nightmare. To clean these, just use like a cup of vinegar, a cup of water mixed together, white vinegar. Just pour it all over them and it'll clean them off. And it's basically really simple. You just pour it back and forth. You can do it once, that's what they say. Some people do it twice. I do it 3 or 4 times. So anyway, I'll do it here in a second. But I do want to talk about something that has to do with water. You know, you've got all of the, you know, there's all this different insight about how, you know, water, how our bodies are becoming crystalline. How water holds memory, and that I forget Amato, whatever the guy's name is, that flash froze the water. You know, some of it had the forgiveness and love, and some was, you know, swampy water with no, you know, just sewer water, no blessings, no nothing. Some they did it with music, you know. What is it, cyber? I forget, but anyway. And they do the same thing with that, with music and water. And anyway, we know water holds memory, but you know, when you think about water, like, you know, as our consciousness expands and we know more, and it seems like we just know so much. But think about when we didn't know anything, and you know, we knew we had to have water, and that's the first thing we knew. We had to drink water. If we didn't drink it, we died. But imagine the first time you've seen yourself in water. Water's the only thing on the planet, you know, that I know of that, you know, is just readily where you can't walk up to a tree and see a reflection, you know, but you can see a reflection in water. Water's that fucking dope. Water, you can see a reflection in it. And water has memory. So when you look at water, you become part of the water, and the water becomes part of you. I mean, dig that, you know what I mean? Imagine, you know, like you're down at the pond, you know, back long ago, and you're bathing, you're cleaning up, drinking water, and you thought you heard something, you know. And of course back then your fight or flight shit had to be on point or you'd be dead. So, you know, you're listening, you're still, you know, for a minute, maybe 2 minutes, completely still, ready to run. You're in a crouched position. The water's stopped dripping off of you because a couple of minutes have passed, and you look down and you see something looks similar to some of your tribe mates, and you move your hand and it moves, and you move this hand and it moves, and you recognize, you see yourself, but you know, you also see maybe your child or your dad or whatever in that reflection. That would be like, you know, that'd be cool as fuck, you know, if it happened like that. But just imagine seeing yourself for the first time, man, you know what I mean? And then going and bringing people and making them be still so they can see themselves. Be still. Just be still. And you can see a reflection. Ain't that the fucking, what more information do you need, man? Think about that. Be still and you can see a reflection. But anyway, I think of shit too much. Back to the water. You just take an empty jug, Jenny. I use the hippies that I've seen on there. There's a couple hippie people, and then there's some other people who actually talk about distilled water and act like it's, you know, like what to use. So I use that, and then I also use Aquafina. It's reverse osmosis. And then Walmart, we're getting ready to start using that. It's reverse osmosis, charcoal filtered. It's like got, I don't know, it had a whole list of things that it does. And then you can bring it home and restructure it. And but here you go. I'm just going to show you how simple it is. Oh God. Don't spill the freaking marbles, dude. Tip number one, the biggest tip that I can give you is use a heavy coffee cup to set your funnel in. Oh yeah, and use a straw because your marbles will clog this. Use a nice heavy straw. Put it right in the middle. Helps it to breathe. It's just like this. And water expands. See how that's right there? When it comes up to here, it's probably going to be up to here. When it goes through these marbles, I think it expands or it fluffs up. It does something. It seems like there's more volume. I mean, think about water, man. My God. When you just think about it on every level, water is just the fact that it's H2O, what, hydrogen, oxygen, aren't both those explosive? And then you learn about how the H molecule, hydrogen, let me see, hydrogen, water, hydrogen. And if you increase hydrogen, it's deadly, it's poisonous. So is oxygen, too much oxygen. I mean, explosive. But the way water works, and I pour it back through, I'll do it a couple times. It actually creates its own future. I just seen this and I can't even speak on it but the way the hydrogen molecule pulses, and what's it do, replace itself? But it somehow creates its own future. It makes itself live on. That's what you do. And then if it's little bottles, the same way. Just take that bad boy. I ain't even gonna do it. You know what to do. But here, boom, 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 boom. It's a little bit trickier. Now, we got this gallon jug from Walmart. Costs like $5. She put love on there. You've seen where he wrote. He literally wrote on the water. He just wrote on the outside. He wrote love. He wrote forgiveness. He wrote, man, what was it? Just, real, like, gratitude, I think. High vibration shit, you know what I mean? Then he wrote hate and different things like that. And then he flash froze it. Just the mere suggestion, just the implication of it, you know what I mean? But anyway, so we got love on there, and we also love water. Take it, pour it in. Stick this on the counter, and this is what we fill our water bottles with all day. You might have to do it a couple times a day if you use it for your coffee and stuff like that, which we do. But dig this, you can go a step further. You can go a step farther, man. Right here, dude. Okay. Now, first thing is I like to just think about the water, think about me, think about love, and just living. Gratefulness for this water, you know what I mean? It didn't have to be long. Just do it. Just like that, man. Just like that. What's cool is that you actually become conscious of it. You actually realize, you know, we're in this take for granted, drive up, give me fucking supersize, whatever, quick, give it to me now. And for everything from information to food to water, we don't read labels, we don't give a fuck where it came from. You know, we don't care. So stupid, man. That's part of our problem right there. That's part of our problem, man, is we're not paying attention to anything. And if you're not paying attention to what you're putting inside of you, oh, for God's sakes, dude, I mean, if you're not paying attention to this, what's going on here, you know what I mean? So it gets you on that level, gets you thinking like that, you know, gets you to being conscious of, you know, being grateful and loving yourself, because how can you not come up here and see love on that and have to write this or not? You don't have to, but you should every day, whatever it is you're working on. You know, like I need to write, I'm going to Florida. We're trying to get down there. Our dog got sick last week. AJ came in and he seen him. He was all jacked up. Well, the next day I took him up to, I took AJ up north to a job he started, and I come back, I called her, and he was still jacked up, man. It was like the third day, and I mean, you know, he was like dying. So we took him to the emergency thing or whatever, the doggy little hospital, and he ended up having to stay 2 days. He had an IV and shit, and he still got that metal in him. The dude could die still if that metal moves. But doesn't cost a ton of money. Then before that, mom died. She didn't have insurance. That cost not a ton of money, but a ton of money. Same with dad's house, you know what I mean? It's like, we've been trying to go to Florida, dude, for, God. We're going. Here we go. Here we go. I am going. Drinking a big, fat-ass glass of this. So, I don't give a fuck if it's July and it's 117 degrees down there, dude. I don't care. We are, me and my baby. We're gone. Anyway, yes, that's what I was going to talk about too. Because, you know, I got into this water thing. And at the same time, I was like, it seemed like to me that more women have been waking up than men to me. And, you know, so I'm trying to find out why, because I know that, you know, you have, everything is, what do they call it, electric force, and then magnetism. Magnetism is, you know, feminine energy. Electromagnetism is masculine energy. The sun is masculine, the moon is feminine. You know, there's this magnetism, there's this pull. And, you know, in at first glance, you would think, well, you know, it's women's intuition, or it's the healing nature of women, and Gaia is screaming. You know, she's screaming. You know, Mother Earth is like, for God's sakes, dear God, please help me. You know what I mean? Get these fools off of me. And so, you know, and women being natural healers, which you know they are. I mean, it's beyond intuitive. It's just natural. I mean, I can imagine the first caveman, or the first, you know, primitive dude, Paleolithic dude, dropping a big boulder on his foot. I guarantee you there's a woman that went and got a pitcher of water or a thing of water and come over and tried to pat it down with moss and, you know, pour water on it and soothe his pain, you know. You just know they did, you know. In every war, them boys would have lost the war if it wouldn't have been for women, you know, putting the guys back out on the battlefield after healing them up, getting them healed up. But, so they're healers, and you would think, well, that's what's going on, you know, as above, so below, like, we're all like the blood cells of, like, we're the white and red blood cells or whatever of the earth. We're either killing her or taking care of her. You know what I mean? So you think of it on that level, you know, on like a, like, you know, like I say, on that type of a level, as above, so below. But to me, there's something else going on. I'm like, you know, what else is going on? Because there's shit going on with the magnetic field right now. And, you know, if magnetism is feminine energy, you would think, well, then women, feminine energy, you know, they would be more magnetic. They'd be more sensitive to any changes in the magnetic field. You know what I mean? That's probably how they have intuition, you know, because I'm sure that when a man does something or whatever, or somebody does whatever, and a woman's feeding, it's probably his magnetic field changes somewhat, you know what I'm saying? Because you have this field around you. You know, there's like 13, I think, layers of this field going on around you. So it's tying into iron, because I'm going to take this back to water and bringing this shit all the way back around. So women, you know, naturally are lower, usually, especially women who have heavier menstrual periods, menstrual cycles, heavier, you know. Or if they have, like in our case years ago, Kim had like a little cyst thing inside of her, and it was bleeding, plus she was having heavy cycles, and we was going through chemo. So her hemoglobin went way down, which that's the molecule or whatever it is that helps deliver oxygen to your blood and all over the place to your body. So when that goes low, you're not getting oxygen, your body's fucked up, you're sensitive to everything that's going on around you. And you know, you hear all these women on these videos, and a lot of them are talking about how, you know, every time the full moon comes, you know, with planets shift, they're really feeling it. Well, the magnetic field of the earth is all fucked up too. I'm going to put a picture of what it's supposed to look like and what it is right now. You know, they say the poles are shifting, but the electromagnetic field, or the magnetic field, is jacked up. The iron, and it's due to the iron. There was a bulge, I think they said under Africa or South America, there was a bulge in 2016, which was creating, you know, a real bad, you know, part of the wobble. This is what's causing this wobble. And this wobble's a big deal. That's why the mathematics in the pyramids, mathematics on all these ley lines, all these different structures that were built, and all these little signs that were left by different ancient alien civilizations, or just ancient civilizations, whatever. You know, they always point to this processional, or this 25,000 year deal, almost 26,000 years of the Earth's wobble, and that has to do with the pole shift. So, you know, so I'm tying all this into, you know, maybe women, since they don't have as much iron, and the iron in the earth is what's fucked up, and since we're all part of the earth, you know, I'm trying to tie this shit in. Well, let's segue into water again. And this right here, this pitcher, this is a copper pitcher. You want to consume about 2 cups a day, 2 12-ounce cups a day. And what this does, it helps you to digest food, it helps with joint pain, gives you energy. But the main thing it does is help you intake iron. It helps you absorb, it helps your body absorb iron. There is iron in the food. Our body, our pH balance is so fucked up, and things are so fucked up with the way our digestive system is that it's hard for us to absorb enough iron. And if you're a person who already has heavy cycles, you know, or you just have low iron, and maybe you have Rh negative blood, which they call you, what they call you, blue blood, whatever, you know. I think your iron levels are low, and a lot of people that are waking up, I do believe, have Rh negative. A lot of them, this is a theory of mine. It has to do with a lot of other things, but anyway, and this is simple. You just pour, what's that about? For me and Kim, I'd put about 32 ounces in there. And it's real important to drink this in about 6 or 7 hours. Just let it sit in that pitcher. What's funny is the day I found out about this, I found these marbles but my for some reason I just had this feeling to go to the Goodwill and look, and this thing is made in England. This is fucking bad, dude. It's made out of copper and brass, made in England. It's sweet. I love it. But anyway, look into that. I was gonna do a big video of it, but I can't really tie it together. I can't. It's a theory. I mean, I think that the iron shift, because the core, the Earth core is iron. It's a big molten metal iron, and like I say, it's bubbling, and that's what causes earthquakes, and it gets, and it builds up pressure here, and it moves over to here, but it's also what's creating the earth wobble, what's called the wobble. And why it's so important, we don't know yet. We're going to find out, I think, as all hell's going to break loose, maybe. I don't know. But until then, you want to feel good, so drink some fucking water, good structured water in the coppered vessel. And trying to think if there's anything else I want to tell y'all. I'm going to Florida sometime. How dope is water? Think about that. You can see your reflection in water, and if you simply write on a cup, if you simply write on a cup, love, forgiveness, whatever, it changes the frequency of the water, makes it more crystalline, makes it pure. When you step into that water, I mean, you're godlike. You step into that water, man. You're in that water, looking at that water, and it's reflecting you. That shit's heavy to me, man. That's just, I don't know. If you strip away all the other bullshit, and you was just this dude, you know what I mean, and this guy, this primitive, Paleolithic, humanoid person whose life is so simple. You eat shit and sleep, you know what I mean? There ain't a whole lot to it, you know what I mean? So you have time to ponder and time to think and time to reflect. And man, I don't know. To me, water would be, I'd be dancing around the shit. So anyway, man, I was trying to think, I got another video coming. Yes. I was going to put together a little thing. Oh yeah, I think I made a little intro. Did you see my little intro? Did I make a little intro for this? Was it cool? So, and I'm going to put a little thing. It's got where you can click on there and go to the like the videos that I watched. A few of the videos. I watched a bunch of videos, but I just put 2 or 3 that I watched. It has to do with structured water. This one chick, I don't know if she's a real doctor or not. She looks like a real doctor or whatever, but anyway, she does a blood test on somebody, and it shows, how it helps to charge your blood cells. I think it's your red blood cells, and it helps within minutes. So to me, it's worth just the fact of being conscious of the water, the fact of just going through this ritual. If anything else, man, it should increase the frequency. Just the fact, your intention itself, you know what I mean? Your thought of what you're doing should increase the frequency of the water. And then if it literally is becoming restructured, yeehaw, man, here we go. And like I say, especially for women, Rosie, I know she's been feeling like shit through these full moons, and it's been paying hell on a lot of you guys. And I bet you anything, if you have your hemoglobin checked, it's probably low as fuck. If you want to increase your iron intake just by the foods that you eat, drink water out of a copper vessel. They sell them on Amazon for like $30. They're like nice. They got the nice lid. They're nice, you know what I mean? And they got instructions in them, and they tell you 6 hours, because after so long, it's unhealthy. I mean, it's not gonna, unless it was in there for days, it's not gonna kill you. Yeah, I got lightning and all kinds of shit coming, guys. So anyway, I do love you, and I'll be back.